The Nicholas brothers never had a dance lesson in their lives. Fayard taught himself and his sister Dorothy how to dance. Dorothy couldn't take the late hours, and so she started to drop out. But Fayard and Harold then became the Nicholas brothers. And the rest is history.
The Nicholas brothers' style, it is incomparable. They use their entire body, arms, legs, feet, athleticism, acrobatics. There's just nothing like it.
If you press pause on any of their films, every frame is a picture. Picture, 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 picture. They are using their entire body as they are entertaining the audience and as they are expressing their art. So it's just so beautiful to watch them.
Fayard was such a perfectionist with his hands and with his arms and using his whole body. Harold, of course, was more of a flash dancer. And in two of the films, Down Argentine Way and orchestra-wise, Harold did more splits. The genius of Fayard Nicholas is this. He choreographed the routine in stormy weather. They talked about what they like to see done, but Fayard envisioned in his mind coming down the stairs and doing the splits over the head of his brother and over and over till they got to the bottom. Fayard was just given the chance of thinking about what he wanted to do, and so what they did was they never rehearsed it, and they did it at one take.
The traditional favorite for the Nicholas brothers is Stormy Weather.
Of course.
That is their most shared routine. My second favorite beyond that is Down Argentine Way. There's so many special elements to that film. For one, Harold spoke 8 or 9 languages fluently. And in that film, he starts off singing. I don't know if people know the Nicholas brothers sang. They actually released many albums throughout their career. But Harold is singing in Portuguese. So you see Harold singing and dancing and Fayard playing the maracas, dancing with them. And then there are a couple of very special moments in that routine. They're in tails, of course, and there's a time where Fayard takes out his handkerchief and he jumps over the handkerchief into the splits and then backwards over the handkerchief and into the splits again, and then does the splits over and over and over again, jumping towards the camera. I mean, it's just mind-blowing. They're running through their legs in the splits, and it's just a phenomenal display of the athleticism and all that the Nicholas brothers were capable of.
My second favorite Nicholas brothers film is from the movie The Pirate, which is from 1948, featuring Gene Kelly. There's a dance called Be a Clown. And this is actually one of my favorites because they're actually not wearing tap shoes. It is straight athleticism. So any student that I meet, I always make them watch this because it's bigger than dance. It's bigger than tap. It's strength, it's endurance, it's stamina. It's all of those things.
In the Nicholas brothers' routines in their films, they're never interacting with the stars of the films. They also did not have dialogue in most of the films that they were in, even though they had the talent and they aspired to show more of their talents on film. Because of the era in which they were in their prime, those opportunities were not afforded to them. When their films traveled to the South, they could be lifted from the films, and that you didn't have to showcase these phenomenal Black dancers in the films as they were screened. And there's a story about Down Argentine Way. And that film, when it was screened in the South, they actually included the Nicholas brothers routine. And the audience loved it so much. They were clapping and stomping their feet. And there was so much round of applause, enthusiasm, that the projectionist had to rewind the film and show the Nicholas brothers film again. Because it is such a phenomenal routine. So I love that their talent has transcended their time, and that there were opportunities that even showed that they could help push progress forward, even when the world may not have been ready for it.
The Nicholas brothers was so appreciated by the stars in Hollywood. And so that is something my father really cherished. when I was a youngster, just about 5 or 6 years old, of course, I was in Europe with my father and uncle. And what they would do is the Nicholas Brothers would perform, and then they would bring me out for the finale. So my father had to teach me a little routine, and it's something that I'll always cherish. They were in this music video with Janet Jackson. Now they taught Janet Jackson how to tap dance, and so it was just natural that she requested that the Nicholas Brothers be in this music video, along with Cab Calloway. He was also a part of that music video, but they certainly appreciated the fact that even though they certainly couldn't move like they used to, but Janet thought so much of them and so highly of them that she wanted them to be a part of that music video with her.
We both started taking tap lessons at the age of 2. From the time that we were 6 and 8 through to probably in the next 10 years, we were able to, as the Nicholas sisters, perform with the Nicholas brothers, to dance with them, to be in their history lessons, to teach their choreography. And now that they are not here, we are still the Nicholas sisters. We are still here carrying the torch through the Nicholas Dance Studio, through still performing as the Nicholas sisters, and through telling their stories and sharing their legacy over and over again for generation after generation.
When younger dancers visit Nicholas Dance Studio, they are amazed that I'm related to them. I have a big picture of them outside of the building. So when they come inside, they say, I want to do that. How can I do that? I've had parents tell me that they've had to stop their children from jumping over each other's heads on stairs. And one child had to get thrown off the piano. They were just so excited and they love watching the clips. But I always have to remind my students that the Nicholas brothers were always well respected. Any movie set that they've been on, any performance, everybody always has told us they were the nicest guys. They were so respectful. And that is what lives a long way as well. Obviously, the legacy in the film clips, but the stories and the memories that people love to share.
The things that they had to go through, the opportunities that they did not get due to no fault of their own, and to still be a class act and to still be so humble and to still be so gracious is phenomenal. I'm very happy to be related to them.